whose team has defeated the Buffalo Bills 3 straight, including 2 here in Orchard Park. And one of the reasons they've done so well, the Patriots, particularly last year, was rookie Curtis Martin, who had just 2 tremendous games against the Bills. Beasley and Ben Coates, who's been unstoppable.
Well, nobody knew much about Curtis Martin. He came in and rushed for a combined 275 yards and really set everybody on fire. Everybody knows Ben Coates. He's absolutely fabulous and has played very well against the Buffalo Bills.
Marv Levy, who was just inducted, is named to go on the Bills Wall of Fame. A very emotional speech by Marv before the game. As Vinatieri kicks off for the Patriots, here is Moulds, the rookie from Mississippi State, the Bills' top draft choice, watches the ball go out of the end zone, and the Bills will start from their 20 as Jim Kelly with the K-gun offense ready to go to work. Kelly slimmed down, his arm feeling as good as it ever has. They start a new player, Corbin Lucina, at left guard. Brown is out. In the backfield, Thurman Thomas will be in there with Jim Kelly much of the time. Andre Reed back in peak form. Quinn Early, the other wide receiver, a 1,000-yard receiver last year at New Orleans. Tony Klein will join Lonnie Johnson as an extra tight end. We'll see a lot of 2 tight ends for the Bills as they open now in a 3 wide receiver set. Thurman Thomas, the lone setback, and Kelly to throw on first down. Lost the ball downfield and incomplete. He was looking at his tight end, Lonnie Johnson, who might be a guy they'll target much of the day. As we look at the Patriots on defense, Slade, Collins, Wyman, and McGinnis. The nickel defense starting out because of the Bills' no-huddle offense. Ricky Reynolds and High Lawtu, very good cover corners. Secondary deep backs, the safeties, are something the Buffalo Bills are going to go after. As Thurman Thomas runs, and not very far, as he's quickly shut down. Mike Jones making the stop for the Patriots.
The Patriots are lined up in their traditional offense defense that puts the 2 corners up on the wide receivers. You'll see them put a lot of pressure. They had some success with some blitzing, and they'll offer some of that because Buffalo had some trouble with it last week.
A lot of trouble. Bills sacked 7 times. Kelly sacked by the Giant defense as he goes out of the shotgun now, takes a look, fires the ball. Not close, so the Patriot defense stands tall in this first series. 3 and out. Kelly missing 2 throws and a run went nowhere.
There's a real gamble by New England that paid off. They blitzed number 23, Terry Ray, up the right side of their defensive unit. There wasn't a lot of pressure placed, but Kelly did see it and overthrew his receiver.
There's the deep man as Chris Moore will kick the ball to David Meggett. Moore, a very high punter. Very few of his are return. That's his specialty. Meggett will return this one, though, from his 37. 1 block. And Meggett cuts ahead and gets to the 43-yard line. So Bledsoe and the Patriots will go on offense with very good field position to start their first offensive drive of the day. Bledsoe hit half his throws wet last week at Miami. He was intercepted twice. The first INT run back for a touchdown off the opening drive. Lewis Oliver. Bruce Armstrong, a left tackle, has a career record of doing very well against Buffalo's great pass rusher, Bruce Smith. 2 rookie wide receivers start. Terry Glenn, a top draft choice, and Dietrich Gels, a free agent. Crowd kicks in. To the run they go. Here is Curtis Martin looking for room. And Chris Spielman, who had 17 tackles last week, is in to make the stop. The inside linebacker who came from Detroit. Washington's played well at nose tackle, playing on a bad ankle today. Bruce Smith really won the game with a sack of Dave Brown that caused a fumble. Bryce Paup, the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. The Buffalo Bills on both sides of the ball, loaded with all-star talent. Again, they go to the run, and this time Curtis Martin breaks it as he did a year ago. A penalty marker comes in from the back judge as Martin broke it for 12 yards on a 2nd and 10 play. Spielman got him at way downfield, Beasley.
Well, one thing to note as we see the penalties of face masks against the Buffalo Bills is that it's wet here, it's rainy, the wind is blowing.
Face mask, number 28, defense. First down.
The wind is blowing the sheets in sideways out here, so you're going to see a lot of running, and who better to do it than this man because he's had so much success, number 28, Curtis Martin, against the Buffalo Bills. It's very good block by number 33, the fullback, Sam Gash, springing Curtis Martin.
First down, New England, down at the Bills' 30-yard line. Bledsoe takes a look, throws in the flat, and the ball is dropped by his fullback, Sam Gash. Bryce Hoff was covering on the play. So it'll be second down and 10. Patriots really misfire with those 4 turnovers at Miami. It was a 24-10 game at the end. But Bledsoe has felt the wrath of his coach. Parcells has told him, and Bledsoe agrees, that part of playing the position is withstanding the scrutiny of bad games. But Bledsoe has an absolute, almost unlimited talent. First player picked in the draft when he came out of Washington State. Delayed draw, and the Bills shut it down. Curtis Martin is struck down by Bryce Hoff and Chris Spielman. Bruce Smith putting pressure on inside.
Take a real good look at number 78. He's one of the best in the business. Left side of your screen. Dashes inside. He's knocked down. Gets back up. Grabs enough jersey to hold on and allow his teammates to come in to help.
Third down and 11 now. Bledsoe has to throw as the Patriots go into a 3-wide receiver set. Meggett's coming out of the backfield. Now they go to Meggett on a draw. And Dave Meggett's inside the 20. And he has a first down for New England. So a great play call by the Patriots. Catches the Buffalo Bills in an all-out pass rush. An 11-yard gain on 3rd and 11. It's a first down.
Well, this is excellent play calling. Meggett acts like he's checking to see whether or not he has the block. Drew Bledsoe walks over, slips the ball underneath, right in his stomach, and just super running by David Meggett as always.
Well, we talked to David Meggett yesterday. He talked about one of the things about being a veteran is knowing and learning what you can't do, where you can't go. He saw him wait for the hold open, then he shot in there. Here's Curtis Martin, the second year back from Pittsburgh. Works his way near sideline before the strong safety Henry Jones knocks him out after a gain of about 4.
The Buffalo Bills talk about Curtis Martin in terms that are surprising for a guy who's only in his second year and who's really only done it one time. They compare him to Hall of Fame backs. I mean, it's the respect that they have for the guy is unbelievable. Look at that, 1,487 yards last year, and as we showed you, 275 of those yards against Buffalo last year.
Yeah, Spielman said, Beasley, the only harder guy in the league to tackle is Barry Sanders of the Lions. He raised Curtis Martin second. Martin running again with those quick cutback moves and good lead blocking by Sam Gash. Marlo Perry, an outside linebacker, making the stop for the Bills, but the ball is advanced down close to the 11-yard line. Short of a first down, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Spielman said that Martin was like trying to get a wet fish, you know, in the boat. Just kind of a guy that squirms and bounces around.
Martin was shut down last week at Miami. Only 23 yards rushing and 11 carries. But as pointed out earlier, he had 275 yards in 2 games against the Bills last year. Bledsoe goes to the run on 3rd and 2. And the Patriots on a slant counter come back with Curtis Martin, who's knocked down by Bryce Paup and another inside linebacker, Mark Maddox. But they have a first down. It is 1st and goal, New England.
See, this is the type of offense that Bill Parcells is very comfortable running. He's tried to throw it one time, and that was a short little throw. Everything else has been relying on his offensive line, the good lead blocking by his fullback, Sam Gash, and running by Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin staying right on top of Sam Gash, letting him find the hole, and he shoots in behind it. Here's Martin again into the Bills' defense. Spielman with another rocket hit. But Martin again has plus yards as he's down close to Buffalo's 7-yard line.
Well, this is a personal challenge against the Buffalo Bills defense right now. People like Chris Spielman, they are going to, you know, it's a matter of pride now. These guys are just pounding into Buffalo. And when you've got a lot of pride like Spielman and Smith and all those guys, Bryce Paup, they'll try to make a play here.
Ben Coates also could figure large in the play coming up. Bledsoe, though, goes back to the run. Martin inside the 5. He's down to the 3, so a critical down comes up now for both teams. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. Phil Hansen, the left end for the Bills, was the tackler.
Boy, I can't emphasize how important this drive is for Bill Parcells and his offense. If he can allow Armstrong, Roberts, Wallabach, Cratch, Lane, those guys to line up and just push the Buffalo Bills out of the way, this would figure in exactly into his game plan.
His game plan is largely Curtis Martin so far. 8 carries, 25 yards for Martin. 3rd and goal. Penalty markers are down. We'll see if they came down before the snap of the ball. As extra receivers not coming on the field. It is an illegal procedure call against the Patriots.
Well, I believe it was number 87.
False start. Moving prior to the snap. Number 87. Offense. 5 yards. 3rd down.
So closest to you, bottom of your screen, there goes Ben Coates. He was the primary target on that play and a little too eager to get out into the pattern. Bledsoe was going to try to hit him for a touchdown.
3rd and goal from the 8-yard line for the Patriots. No score. Meggett's in the backfield. Bledsoe under the rush. Falls on the field. Bruce Smith with the sack, freeing the ball. Then it's lost by the Bills as they try to recover, and the Patriots will get a long field goal try. So Smith makes another Hall of Fame play that can turn a whole game, but his teammate couldn't hold on to the loose ball.
Bruce Smith is known for this play in this situation. Now, his number one nemesis, Bruce Armstrong, in a one-on-one battle, lost his block against Bruce Smith. You see the ball coming out, and the Patriots very fortunate to fall on that football, but Bruce Smith has done that for so many years. It's a big play at the right time.
Adam Vinatieri, the rookie place kicker from South Dakota State. The try will be from the 33-yard line, a 43-yard attempt. Jim Jeffcoat blew that for the Bills. He only plays 7 plays a game, and he tried to run with it rather than fall on it, and the Patriots capitalize. So Vinatieri drives it through, and it is a 3-0 game, New England. Defensive coordinator Bruce Smith delivers the goods again, but the Patriots get the ball back on the fumble by Bledsoe and then kick the field goal.
Boy, Bruce just does it over and over again, beating his blocker, forcing the fumble. He's got to go down as one of the greatest pass rushers in the history of the game. I think he's got 125+ sacks right now. His main complaint is that he's the 19th highest paid defensive player in the league. And he doesn't feel like that's right.
Vinatieri will now kick off. He has been good. They cut Matt Barr at New England because Vinatieri showed an ability to kick the ball into and out of the end zone for touchbacks. He did it on his first kickoff today. He hits another big kickoff. But this one will come back. Here's the great young returner, Eric Moulds. Marv Levy said he could be one of the greatest kick returners ever, and he looks all that part as he takes it out to the 24-yard line. He led the nation in kick returns at Mississippi State, and he ran that one back about 26 yards. So the Bills go on offense when we come back. In dire straits, should they lose today, they could be 2 games behind 3 teams in their division. The Bills, the Colts, and the Dolphins at day's end, as the Colts and the Dolphins are both favored today. Thurman Thomas runs, and the Patriots shut it down. Middle linebacker Ted Johnson, who was blocked very well by the Dolphins last week, shoots the gap, makes the stop. What's he checking here, Beasley?
Well, what they do is they get still photos of the offensive formations from the other team. He's looking over.
Interception. A big blitz on Jim Kelly, and Chris Slade gets the ball with a room service interception. He almost dropped the tray. Wait a minute. The holding call against the defense, it appears, so the Buffalo offense is coming back out. The play could be negated. Parcells has him ready this week. Coming with blitzes. Terry Ray, one of the safeties, just comes flying through. A strong safety.
Well, this is the second time that Terry Ray has been called into blitz.
The New England player was touched by his own man and hit the ground. Therefore, he's not down by contact. Get up, put the ball down. When Buffalo picked it up, it was still a live ball. First down.
So Dale Hamer gives a whole new reading, and it's the Bills' ball and a first down.
Look at number 23, Terry Ray, unblocked right in on Kelly, but Eddie, as he always does, he stands and takes the shot. Chris Slade bobbles the ball. Let's watch what happens at the end here. See, he was touched by his own man. He put the ball down. He was touched by his own man, so it was still live.
Now Kelly again throws. This time he makes the completion to his rookie #1 draft choice, Eric Moulds, who makes a terrific play on a high thrown wobbly pass that carries the ball out across to about the 32-yard line. He'll be out of bounds. Gain about almost 7 on the play. They'll call it 2nd down and 4.
Chris Slade will have to, boy, he won't live that down for a long time. He put a live ball on the ground and Buffalo picked it up.
There is now. He go back to the run, and the Bills go with Thurman Thomas weaving his way across the 40. He's ahead for a gain on the play of 8 yards, 9 yards they give him, and it's a 1st down for the Bills. Stopped by Willie Clay and Terry Ray, the safety.
A little thermalation here. You see the backside lineman pull, and we've seen Thurman over the years run this play so well. Jumping out of traffic there. He had 97 yards last against the Giants, still running great.
Kelly again throws a high pass, and he's intercepted on the play by Ricky Reynolds. So Kelly, off target all day, has this one skip off the hands of his receiver. It was the tight end Lonnie Johnson, and it's picked off by Ricky Reynolds, one of the Patriot cornerbacks. So New England again with great field position.
Now I want everyone to remember it is raining. I don't know if you can see it at home, but it is sheets of very light, fine mist. Very difficult for Jim Kelly to hold on to the ball, and we're going to see a lot of this today. Shows that Jim Kelly is going to take a short 3-step drop. He thinks he's throwing a stop route to Andre Reed. The tight end reaches up Lonnie Johnson and taps it, and it goes straight to the Patriots.
So the Patriots leading 3-0. Go back to the run, and here's Curtis Martin. His 10th carry of the game carries him inside the Bills' 35-yard line, where Spielman makes yet another tackle for the Bills, but he does it downfield as the Patriots are running well.
Well, this is exactly what the Patriots dreamed of. Bob Cratch, number 61, and Sam Gash leading the way around the corner. They do an excellent job of opening a small lane for Curtis. And man, that's exactly what the Patriots want to do. 32 yards for Martin so far.
Terrific block by the pulling guard, Bob Cratch. End up the middle. The first back is Sam Gash, and he is stuck hard. Coming up to get him was the 325-pound Buffalo nose tackle, Ted Washington. Number 92, but the Patriots again in long field goal range. It was interesting, Beasley, at the outset of the game, the Patriots won the toss, but they elected to go with the wind. They have the wind at their back in this opening quarter. It is gusting very hard.
You know, I'm expecting the Buffalo Bills to make some adjustments in their offense. Maybe go with a little 8-man front, because I think it's clear, certainly clear to me, I'm sure it's clear to the coaches, that New England's just going to pound it. I would start 8-man fronts, walk my safety up a little bit, get more people at the point of attack to stop the run.
Patriots getting the great blocking angles on the Bills defenders and breaking Curtis Martin for 32 yards so far. A limited number of throws by Drew Bledsoe so far early in the game. Terry Glenn, number 88, out of Ohio State, the #1 draft choice of the Patriots. Some teams had him rated as the #2 player in the whole draft last year.
Very interesting story. Signed a $12 million contract.
Ourselves would have preferred to draft for defense, but the scouting department overruled. They had Glenn rated so high. He can run by everybody, although he still is somewhat troubled by the hamstring. Bledsoe looks, goes to the flat, and the ball is errant, looking at Sam Gash. Good coverage by Bryce Popp, who can not only rush the passer, he can cover backs out.
Terry Glenn was open across the middle, but it looks like probably because of the rain, Drew Bledsoe is opting to go straight to his release receivers right now, that being the backside of the backfield, and so far that's not working. But Terry Glenn had a little pocket in the seam, in the zone, downfield.
On 2nd and 10, Glenn is split wide to the right. Back to the run. Look at Curtis Martin shoot into the gap. Bryce Popp comes up quickly, the NFL Defensive Player of the Year a season ago, knocks him down after a gain of about 3, almost 4. You see Popp, what a mistake the Packers made, letting him get away as an unrestricted free agent. Leading the NFL in sacks with 17.5. The Bills as a team led the NFL with 49 sacks. Right now, Beasley, they almost lead the league in sacks allowed. 7 last week. Meggett back in the Patriots backfield on 3rd down and 7. Bledsoe stands in. A diving attempt at the ball by the rookie Terry Glenn. Ken Irvin was covering on the play. And Adam Vinatieri comes out for a long field goal with the wind at his back.
Well, Terry Glenn is coming from a lower hamstring pull. Number 88 in the inside of your formation there. Looking in breakout. Trying to get to the ball. Not quite able to. The ball just a little bit far outside. And Drew Bledsoe, of course, that's the kind of pass that you have to throw before the guy's even open. A little bit far out.
Has been good from 42. Now he tries from 45, and he hits the upright. It caroms off. No good. So the Patriots unable to capitalize on a second interception of Jim Kelly today. Bills have the ball in a moment. Jim Kelly struggling early, but that doesn't bother Jim Kelly. As we pointed out, this man is an optimist with a short memory. He puts mistakes behind him and goes right on. That's one thing. He doesn't let negative developments get him down.
No, you want to know why? Because he has a history. He can go back into the recesses of his memory and remember great things. He knows he can do it because he's done it before.
He's wary of the Patriots, though. We asked him about losing 3 straight times. We've had problems with the Patriots ever since I've been in Buffalo. Here's Eric Moles on an end around. The rookie #1 draft choice. What a fine-looking receiver he is. At 215 pounds, he's one of the fastest players on the field.
You know, he came into our meeting and he looks like a god. I mean, just built like you draw a wide receiver. And just a good run, solid, attacking the defender at the end of the run there.
6'1", 215-pound Eric Moles from Mississippi State. Now on 2nd and short, Thurman Thomas cuts back. And the Patriots do a good job sealing off the gap, shutting him down after a gain of only about a yard. Ted Johnson playing well at middle linebacker for New England. Makes another tackle.
New England defense has been impressive today. They've filled all of the gaps. Ted Johnson, as you mentioned, he's a big guy, 240. In the middle, number 52, playing very well against the run.
3rd and short, and the Patriots look like they stop it. The second effort by Thurman Thomas has propelled him to about the 47, so it might be they're going to give him the first down where he got the ball. Patriots' first hit stopped him, but Thurman kept chugging and got there.
Thermal.
7 straight years with 1,000 or more yards. Not bad for a second-round draft choice.
Nope, that's not bad. They're in that hurry-up offense.
Hills it out of huddle. Kelly stands in. He's been under duress. Here's a long ball going for it way downfield. And shielded from the ball. Here's a marker coming in. Russell Copeland was running behind the defender, Jimmy Hitchcock. And Hitchcock was shielding Copeland from the ball with his back to the ball. It's illegal, and the Bills will have it 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line on penalty yards.
Jimmy Hitchcock is only in his 2nd year in the league. He's got to learn to read the receiver. You see the receiver's turned his back to the goal line. That means it's a short throw. Whenever a receiver starts to roll backwards, you know his body language is saying, short throw, let me spin around. I can make the interception. That's a mistake by a 2nd-year man, a young player who's got some good talent, but a very good call by the officials. You can't do that. You cannot shield the receiver away from the ball.
And Andre Reed Beasley out right now with a groin pull. We don't know if we'll see him back in. As Kelly fakes, hands off then to Thurman Thomas, and the Patriots are reading number 34 all the way. Wyman, a rookie defensive tackle, throws him back. Thurman's options are really limited with no blocking back in there with him, Beasley.
No, they really are, and Thurman has had success when you allow him to pick his own places to run. They really try to rough him up here, and that's not a bad option. They're trying to pull the ball away from him, and Thurman didn't like that, of course.
Here's a blitz picked up, but Thurman Thomas has no room to start. So the Patriots came with a free safety blitz and Willie Clay. Willie McGinnis was in there. They're shooting everybody at Jim Kelly like the Giants did a week ago.
You see both safeties coming in this time, and I think that's a direct result of film study. The Giants had success sending safeties and corners off the corner and up the middle in their game last week against Buffalo, and so the Patriots are copying that same move.
This game is going to be a street fight all the way, and it might go to overtime. Here is Thurman Thomas looking for room. None is there. Patriot defense again stands in against the run. And Hitchcock, who was called for the penalty, makes the tackle. And the Bills will try a field goal into the wind. But Steve Christie, who kicks in wind about as well as anybody in football, maybe better.
Very interesting play there. They pulled Glenn Parker all the way from the backside. It looked like it was developing into a successful opportunity for Buffalo. But the Patriots defense is really running to the ball very well today.
Chris Moore, the punter, is Christie's holder. Christie had a great game against the Giants, 3 for 3, including the winner in overtime. And look at that, into the wind. He just powers the ball through from 33 yards out. It would have been good from 50 into the wind. And the Bills have tied the Patriots. New England gets it when we come back.
Little wind does not stop the fans of the Buffalo Bills. They're used to some real tricky stuff falling out of the sky around here. Place is packed.
There's a big crowd on this field also, which makes throwing to the sidelines difficult. Kelly's an expert at it, although he struggled today throwing the ball. So is the whole Bills offense. They have 6 yards passing offense, minus 16 yards rushing, and Bledsoe's 0 for 3 throwing. So these kickers loom larger than ever. Vinatieri's hit one, missed another from 45. Christie hit his only attempt to tie the game. Loose ball on the field. David Meggett picks it up. The Bills have it. Ken Irvin took it away. So a huge turnover in this game as Meggett tried to pick up the loose ball, and Ken Irvin, who was down the field ahead of everybody, is on the ball. Like a dog in a pork chop, he ate it up.
I cannot think of a returner in the National Football League that I would rather trust in this situation than Dave Meggett. A veteran of many, many returns. I think this is a result of the weather that I've been talking about since this kickoff. It's gray out here. It's so wet and rainy. But still, the veteran Dave Meggett should have known there's a clock in your head that tells you when to give up trying to pick it up, jump on top of it.
Right, you did a lot of kick returning.
That's right.
Now the wind is coming stronger and the rain is falling in sheets. It's like a car wash out there as Thurman Thomas tries to take it inside. He gets to the 15-yard line. He gets nothing at all. Patriots continue to shut down the run. Mark Wheeler, one of the defensive tackles, was the first hit, along with Chris Slade.
John, this is going to be, it already is shaping up to be, this is going to be an old-time football game. There's not a lot of room for trickery and passes into tiny little spots because of the weather. You're going to see them pounded all day.
Now they switch ends as the first quarter ends. And in this quarter, the Bills will have the wind at their back. But everybody has torrents of rain to contend with as the score is tied at 3-all. No longer going like 60. He's now in his 70s. And who stays young because he thinks that way. 71 years old. Only one NFL coach in history has been older coaching a team. That was George Halas, the Papa Bear. He was 72 in his final season in Chicago. I believe he plans to go on into his 70s as head coach. And Ralph Wilson, the Bills owner, says flatly Marv Levy will coach this team as long as he wants. Kelly on the shotgun has an open man, makes the connection even on a high ball. Thurman Thomas comes down with it, and he advances it inside the 10-yard line. Gain on the play of about 6.
Don, like I told you earlier, what you're going to see today is high balls. That's what the ball does when your hand is wet, the ball is wet. That's a very good catch by Thurman Thomas. Kind of behind him, over his head.
Critical turnover on the kickoff after the Bills field goal. Meggett lost the ball. And now the end around, and Eric Moles takes it to the sideline. He gets to the 5-yard line. Where the Patriots free safety, Willie Clay, a free agent who came in from Detroit, makes the tackle out of bounds.
Eric Moles, the #1 draft choice. Got a lot of speed, and that's why you've seen him run 2 reverses today. Drafted #1 out of Mississippi State. Can fly.
Bills here loading up with power people as they have 3 tight ends in the game. Lonnie Johnson, Tony Klein, and Robert Coons, and they bring in a 230-pound blocking back Tim Tyndale, who's set to the left. Thomas is the setback. Thomas behind Tyndale. Thurman Thomas gets down close on 4th down. He needed about a yard or less. The spot is everything. And apparently the Patriots are indicating that the Bills might have gotten it on the spot. They're not happy about it.
Devin Wyman, number 72, ends up wrapping up Thurman on the play, but not before Thurman. You see Devin come off of his block. He thinks that he's neutralized Thurman.
Oh, wow. That's a tough spot.
And it kind of looked like he did. But I think Thurman might have been at the line before Devin hit him.
Devin Wyman, a 6th-round draft choice out of Kentucky State. He has worked in as a starter as a rookie. Big enough, 6'7", 315. He moves the pile, throws those offensive linemen back, but now the Bills have it almost point-blank range. 1st down and goal in this tie game, 3-3 second quarter. Thurman Thomas fights his way and goes in for the first touchdown of the game. Buffalo takes a 6-point lead with the extra point attempt coming up. A 4-yard run by Thurman Thomas, who's really had to gut it out for every yard.
Number 87, the tight end, Robert Coons, comes across. It's a tight end trap block. He traps the nose tackle, the inside defensive lineman, creating enough of a little bit of a sleeve for the fullback and running back, in this case Thurman Thomas, to step in for the touchdown.
Steve Christie, 4 for 4 on field goal tries this season. Hit all his extra point attempts also. It's all the result of the negative fumble. The Bills got it in close, and they take the lead for the first time, 10-3. Ball is in the air, and here comes David Meggett, who fumbled the last kickoff return attempt. This time he works his way out to the 24-yard line. As coming down to make the play for Buffalo was linebacker David White.
Let's look back at the touchdown. It's the tight end wham block, number 87. Robert Coons coming in. It becomes not a wham, but a whoof, because the defensive lineman saw him coming. Really, that touchdown is just a credit to Thurman Thomas. Jumps in the hole sideways, squirms, and fights his way in.
And the Patriots down for the first time, 10-3, with a lot of time left in the first half. 12:53 to play in it. Bledsoe throwing very limited and not completing anything. If he doesn't have to, Curtis Martin runs like this and gets out to the 36-yard line. Curtis Martin on 1st down, 12 yards, and 4 new downs for the Patriots. Maddox makes the tackle.
They are worried about this guy, and you see why. Bob Cratch and Max Lane open up a nice little hole, a very nice hole. And one thing about Curtis Martin, he hits it so quick. Curtis Martin took care of Bruce Smith. Ben Coates, see the Ben Coates on the cut block on Smith, keeping him out of the play. Very good, well-designed play.
Rain is stopped for the moment, but the winds continue. On 1st down, back to the run, and Martin stuck hard at the line of scrimmage by inside linebacker Chris Spielman. As we look at some of the other scores today, Oakland playing the Chiefs to a scoreless draw so far early in the second quarter. Pittsburgh, they find a way to come back, Beasley, even when they have a bad game and have lost players to injury. Bears up on the Redskins at Washington after Chicago's big win on Monday night over Dallas. And here it is, 10-3, Bills over the Patriots. 2nd down and 10 for Bledsoe and the New England Patriots. Rollout, a throw, and a catch to the 41-yard line. Ball on the field, it's out of bounds. Gary Glenn was the man who last possessed it. It will be the Patriots' ball, but they'll have 3rd down and long.
You know, Terry Glenn came in motion that time. He stopped and went back to his normal position. He completely lost his defender. See his defender, number 20, he gets stopped on the other side of the field. If this had been a better throw, Terry would at least had time to catch it and turn up for another yard or two.
Bledsoe 1 for 4 for 5 yards. It's now 3rd down and 9. Here comes the rush. Bledsoe fires and makes the connection. And the ball is out to midfield to the all-pro tight end Ben Coates. You know that's where he's going when it's on the line, and yet they still can't stop him.
Well, the big matchup today, Bruce Armstrong versus Bruce Smith. And you see there's the matchup, and Armstrong gives Drew plenty of time to step up and hit Coates. Everyone knew. Everybody on Buffalo's team said, we've got to stop Coates. We've got to stop Martin. They have stopped neither.
so far. On first down, Martin runs into one of his own guys, so he goes back the other way, putting moves on everybody. Hit behind the line of scrimmage by his own man and a pulling guard. Got his way, and Daly makes it into a 6-yard plus run. Second and 4.
You do what you have to do.
6 yards. You do everything here.
You do what you have to do. Here he runs into Max Lane. He stops, and see, that's what they like. Look at those moves. That's what they like about Curtis Martin. You never get a good hit on him.
Look at Martin's numbers. 13 carries already. 57 yards, had only 23 yards last week against Miami. The upback, the fullback, Big Sam Gash gets the call. Bill shut that down. Had Washington and Bruce Smith on the tackle. Spielman, 54, he's in on virtually everything. The former Ohio State All-American, the Lombardi Award winner, played 8 years with the Lions, led them in tackles every year, 4 Pro Bowls. He's a tough man. He'd go hang gliding in a tornado.
Talking to him yesterday was a real treat. I'll get into some of the things he told us later.
Martin again runs into his own guy, and again he finds a way to get ahead for a first down. So the wizardry of Curtis Martin gives the Patriots 4 new downs inside the Buffalo 40 at the 37.
You know, Chris Spielman was telling us yesterday just his philosophy on football. I think it's rare for a professional athlete, especially a millionaire. He was saying, number one, that it is his privilege to be in the NFL. It's not Buffalo's privilege to have him. It's his privilege to play for Buffalo, and he keeps that in mind when he trains and works every day. I think we should all feel like that about our employer and our work.
Because you only get so many chances. He wants to make everyone count. Bledsoe lofting the ball downfield. Glenn coming back at it, lost his footing. Jeff Burris, who was covering him, was having a problem keeping up with Terry Glenn.
Well, it's hard to tell what was happening here. Sometimes they fake a bomb and let you stop to catch it. This one is just overthrown out of bounds. And, you know, the young man, Glenn, did not have a chance to get that at all. That's just, it's hard for me to say bad throw on a day like today. I know it's got to be tough to hold on to the football, but that was overthrown and out of bounds.
And the Patriots working into the wind of the second quarter. Curtis Martin runs again on second down and 10. He is close to the 35-yard line. And again, it's Ed Washington and Bruce Smith, 2 tacklers for the Bills. Bills have done a masterful job with personnel. Look at the free agent they picked up. The NFL Defensive Player of the Year he turned out to be. Washington, Jeff Coe, the pass rusher from the Cowboys. Quinn Early was the best receiver in the New Orleans Saints team, one of the best in the NFC last year. 81 catches, over 1,000 yards. Third down for Bledsoe, and now the noise factor kicks in. Here comes the rush. Bledsoe stands in, makes the throw. And it is caught by Terry Glenn on a diving reception.
I'll tell you what, that was a great catch.
First down, a big play by the rookie.
Now, this is a big-time catch. And remember, it's raining, the turf is wet. He still runs a super route. There's great coverage from Jeff Burris. I mean, Burris, that's not Jeff Burris.
Actually, Emmanuel Martin had him out.
Emmanuel Martin with great coverage right there. Glenn still finds the ball and pulls it in.
So the Patriots down by 7, drive on. It's 10-3 in the second quarter. 8 minutes to play in it. Curtis Martin behind Locker. And he is down inside to about the 22-yard line where Phil Hansen finally gets him down. As Martin, this workmanlike back, continues to pile up plus yards carry after carry.
There's nothing complicated about the play. It's just New England putting people at the point of attack. Good running by Curtis Martin.
Having a big game at right guard for the Patriots. Rating out about 100% with his blocks. Again, they go to Martin. Both arms on the ball. He shoots at the Buffalo defense on second down and 7. And he's close to the 21-yard line and bring up third and 5.
You know, there's several ways that you handle a talented guy like Bruce Smith. And one way, certainly, it's a double team him. You see Bruce Armstrong gets a shot at him. He also gets help from William Roberts, number 76. Bruce says he always expects either to be 2 linemen on him or 1 lineman and a back waiting in the backfield.
Says he's double-teamed on virtually every play of his career. Bledsoe on 3rd and 5. Good pass blocking by the Patriots and a good catch by Meggett as he scrambles ahead in the spot. Could give the Patriots a first down. David Meggett on the ground but not touched by a defender. Inches his way ahead and the ball is spotted where it will give the Patriots a first down.
Right side of your screen coming out of the backfield. Meggett went inside, stopped, and went back outside and basically, literally crawled for the first down. Now there's Bruce Smith against Armstrong and Coates. He throws 2 Patriots on the floor and almost gets there.
What he has to contend with to get there is unbelievable.
It's a strong man.
Here is Curtis Martin again. This time they ding him hard as Martin tries to go wide right. Washington moving well, and Sean Moran, a rookie, number 98, along with 92 Washington on the stop. Moran in for just that 1 play. He was a 6th-round draft choice out of Colorado State, and he's moved into playing position already.
For you defensive gurus charting the game at home, what I would be expecting right now is some type of play action pass. Maybe not on this down, but as they get closer in, because there's been so much running to Martin, it opens up the play action.
Back to the money. Back to Curtis Martin. He breaks it down to about the 12-yard line as Kurt Schultz, free safety for the Bills, got him. And that brings up 4th down.
Sam Gash's 3rd down it's going to be in 7. Has done a great job lead blocking. Look at him take on Spillman there, neutralize him in the hole, knock him down on the ground. Curtis Martin breaks free as a result.
And Martin goes off the field. David Meggett comes in. The receiving specialist on 3rd down. Patriots need 6. It's Meggett. Turns up, turns down, and he stops. Short of a first down, the Patriots will have to try a field goal. As Emmanuel Martin, number 21, a first-year player from Albany State, makes a big defensive play to keep the Patriots from driving on toward a possible touchdown. And Adam Vinatieri comes back out. 45-yarder, his 2nd field goal attempt of the day, hit the upright. And caromed off no good after he hit the 42-yarder to give the Patriots the early lead. Buffalo is leading 10-3. Bledsoe. It's the holder. One of the backup quarterbacks, Tom Tupa, looking for somebody open, and he lost it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. So Tom Tupa, who was a quarterback at Ohio State, Parcells digs into his bag of tricks, but it blows up on him on that play. There'll be more of those, though. So the Bills take over with a 7-point lead. Patriots go to their bag of tricks. Tom Tupa, the holder, a quarterback, their 3rd quarterback. Instead of holding for a field goal try, tries an errant pass into the end zone. The Bills take over on downs, leading 10-3 in the 2nd quarter. Thurman Thomas breaks through the Patriot defense for a gain of almost 10 yards. Let's watch the errant pass play on 4th down.
Teams practices at the end of every day. Very good snap, but really the recognition by some of the Buffalo Bills defenders, in particular Kurt Schultz, number 24, had been coached covered like a blanket. That sent Tupa scrambling.
Now a big stick in the backfield. Thurman Thomas is hit hard by defensive tackle Mark Wheeler, number 97. And there's a loss of yards on the play, so that brings up 2nd down and 12 for the Bills.
Just knifed his way through untouched.
Jim Kelly bringing his team in and out of the huddle. They work with the K-gun, the no-huddle offense early in the game. Now they're taking a more measured pace and running their plays. Kelly on 2nd and 12, throws downfield, comes in high in a terrific play by Clint Early as he comes down with the ball for a first down.
Well, these are big-time catches on a day like today.
Now they might spot him out of bounds just short of a first down, Beasley, but he did get almost 11 yards on the play.
Or he got both feet in, clearly. Carson carries it. 1, 2. Kicks down the back foot. Very good.
Third and short. A fake to Eric Moulds, and then the ball is dumped over the middle. And Kelly's tight end, Lonnie Johnson, apparently wasn't expecting it. So the Bills misfire, and they have to punt the ball.
Well, Jim Kelly's very upset with himself after this play, or upset with something. A very good gamble. You know, gambling that your defense will hold the team.
Now Dave Meggett is back as Moore hits the ball downfield. Meggett will run it back from his 28. He's got a gap, and Dave Meggett working hard to redeem himself for that fumble of a kickoff early in the game. And he brings it all the way back to the Bills' 45-yard line, where he's finally taken down by the punter himself, 6'5", 220-pound Chris Moore.
Amends for his fumble. That is the reason that his team is trailing right now. Very good decisions. Watch him try to run out of this.
And back to live action, and back to Curtis Martin, who really takes a stick as Martin is buried by Phil Hansen, the defensive end, who was drafted in the second round and has turned into a premier player. Had 10 sacks last year. Modest guy says they were doubling Bruce every play. Then they had to start doubling Pop also. So I got a lot of hits.
He's a quiet, great player. In fact, they got 45.5 sacks from 3 guys last year. Pop, that guy, and Bruce Smith.
Don Criqui with Beasley Reese back where the Buffalo Bills are leading the Patriots 10-3. Patriots came in wanting to run Beasley. They've done that. Curtis Martin, 20 carries already for 73 yards.
Well, I think if you ask Bill Parcells to design the way he would like for this team to play today and what they'd like to do, he would say run the ball. That's exactly what they've done. He's got to be happy.
This time they're going to pass the ball as Bledsoe throws in the flat. And his man knocked out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. As Sam Gash, coming out of the backfield, number 33, caught the ball. Jeff Burris and Bryce Paup got him. Limited production so far by Drew Bledsoe, though.
That's the third time they tried that play, and the first time that Drew and Sam Gash have been able to connect on it. Must be something that they know is going to be open based on film study.
Bledsoe now 5 of 10 for 37 yards. Another handoff, another carry by Curtis Martin. 21 carries for the day, and he inches closer, getting the ball down to the Buffalo 33-yard line. Martin came in last year as a third-round draft choice. Look at big Bryce Paup adjusting his equipment. And he carried 368 times in the rookie season.
That was a franchise record for a number of carries in a season.
Almost 1,500 yards, 1,487. And people wonder, the Patriot fans are all aware that an injury his senior year at the University of Pittsburgh kept him out virtually the whole year, so the pro scouts dropped him in their ratings, but he turned out to be a great one, and now the throw is to Terry Glenn. And he is down inside the 30-yard line to the 28 and brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Patriots. As the game clock is now down to 1:06 to play in the first half, Patriots driving, trailing by 7. Domino's Pizza NFL on NBC halftime report. Join Greg Gumbel, Mike Ditka, Chris Collinsworth, and Joe Gibbs. Bob Costas will interview John Elway. All the scores and highlights of Sunday number 2 of this 96 season. The Patriots, who led early, are down by 7, but driving here late in the first half. Bledsoe makes the throw. He is hit very hard just as he releases the ball. And he does make the connection downfield. And it's a first down for New England as Terry Glenn makes another play. For the rookie, there's a lot of questions of how ready he'd be after that month-and-a-half layoff with a hamstring injury. Very ready indeed, Beasley. Patriots kind of huddling and going into formation at their leisure. Not a lot of time left. Bledsoe looks, throws in the flat. Curtis Martin makes the catch, and Mark Maddox quickly makes the hit out of bounds, so the Patriots are able to stop the clock at 34 seconds to go. Bills scored a tie-breaking touchdown when it was 3-3 on a 4-yard run by Thurman Thomas. Marv Levy, a man with all the famous bromides, somebody asked him what advice he'd give young people. He said, none. I think their instincts are better than my opinions. Second and 9. Bledsoe stands in, dumps it up the middle to a wide open Sam Gash. Head down, he's inside the 10. He's down to the 7-yard line. And the Patriots stop the clock with 25 seconds to go in the half. Talk about a major league collision between Gash and Kurt Schultz.
Gash sneaks out. Look at him sneak. Hits him, and there's nobody anywhere around him. Watch the end of this, though. Boy, they converged at the ball, but that's a very well-designed play. They had 3 receivers. Curtis Martin was split out of the backfield.
Now the Patriots first and goal at the 8-yard line. Bledsoe rolling out, looks to the end zone, lofts it high and throws it away wisely. And that will leave 20 seconds on the clock, and the Patriots with 3 downs to try and get points. Down by 7.
It's a very smart play by Drew Bledsoe. Nobody there in this situation with 20 seconds left before the half. You throw it away.
Bledsoe can see downfield, Beasley, as good as anybody in the league at 6'5 and a half, 235 pounds. You can check it all out. Look over the lineman. 2 backs in, 2 wide receivers. Bledsoe with a 4-step drop, close to the end zone, and the ball tears out the shoulder pads of the usually reliable Ben Coates, who scored 3 touchdowns in New England's win at Buffalo last year.
Boy, I think everybody knew that was coming. Watch Ben Coates come off the line. They're waiting on him. Spillman bounces him. Kurt Schultz is there to hit him. Everybody knew the ball was going there, and very good throw by Drew Bledsoe. Right between the 8 and the 7 on Ben Coates.
They could go right back to that. Patriots doing good on 3rd down. They've converted 7 of 10. This is 3rd and goal from the Bills' 7. Again, Bledsoe gets some time, dumps it up the middle. It's behind his intended receiver, David Meggett. Milo Perry doing a good job of picking Meggett up out of the backfield. So the Patriots will have to settle for a field goal, or will they? The last time they aligned for one, you remember, Tupa threw the ball into the end zone. They came away with nothing at all.
Well, Drew Bledsoe basically had nothing. He was trying, and really the referee got in the way. He was trying to hit Dave Meggett coming out of the backfield. Meggett might have been open, but the ref was right in the way.
Adam Vinatieri, field goal attempt, no good. So the rookie shanks one for 3 on the day, and the Bills will take over the ball with just 9 seconds to play in the first half. As we look at the Coors Light halftime stats.
You know, I think the big one that jumps out at you is the time of possession. New England has controlled the ball about 9 minutes more than Buffalo, and New England leads in almost in every statistical category except for the big one, and that being the score on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the Patriots with 2.5 times more total yards than the Bills. The Patriots ready to kick off now to start the 3rd quarter. Eric Moles and Tim Tyndale are back for the Bills. Adam Vinatieri, who hit his first field goal of the day to give the Patriots a 3-0 lead, then missed his 2 subsequent tries. It's a high spinning kick, and here comes Moles, the rookie who can go. Across the 20, Moles dives out across the 27. Boy, the heartbeat quickens on the Patriots side of the field every time this Moles has his hands on the ball on a kick return. Coming down to make the tackle was Mario Greer, a rookie running back for New England.
Well, the thing about Moles is he's big, he's very, very athletic, he's very fast. And his history suggests that he knows what he's doing. He led the nation one year when he was in college in kick return.
Once scored 8 touchdowns in a high school game. 3 on kick returns, 2 on punt returns, 3 on touchdown reception.
That's a big day.
That's a big day. It'll get you recruited. Thurman Thomas runs on 1st down, and again the Patriots shut it down. Willie McGinnis, number 55, a former #1 draft choice from Southern California.
McGinnis playing from a down line position, as you can see there. That's the way he played in college. Now, last year he played as a stand-up linebacker, but, you know, now he's back to what he knows from back in his college days.
Easily some even call what Lonnie Johnson was doing to him, holding. Here's a throw downfield. A Patriot hit comes in right as the ball arrives. Eric Moult, the intended receiver, and cornerback Ty Law is the man who was the intended receiver.
Kelly Kelly is caught up in his lineman's equipment there. That's closeness. That's a closeness among teammates.
God, you don't want. Now on third down, and the Bills needing over 10 yards. Kelly looks at a blitz, and here it comes, all out, and Kelly gets eaten up back of the 15-yard line. Now the Patriots shoot everybody, and the Bills don't have enough blockers there to offset it. Slade and Ty Law came, outside linebacker and a cornerback. They got there first.
That's about the 6th time I've seen Terry Ray blitz. The first time I saw Ty Law come from the corner. Now, once again, the Giants had great success blitzing Kelly and Buffalo from the corners, and New England copying that.
Chris Moore against an all-out punt rush kicks a low punt. Meggett comes over, and David Meggett takes it at his 37 and then has to dance out of bounds at the 40. A brilliantly executed kick into the wind by Moore of Buffalo, and it'll be the Patriots ball at their 40, trailing 10-3. See Bledsoe's numbers today. Intercepted last week. He had big problems with picked off twice, one return for a touchdown, and he had 3 interceptions that would have been picked, but they were dropped. First interception was the critical one. That was run back by Lewis Oliver of the Dolphins on the Patriots opening drive for a touchdown. They never got back in the game. Who else? Curtis Martin, but this time Bill shed the blocks. Bryce Popp and Chris Spielman combine on the hit. No gain, 2nd and 10, New England. Patriots been on the road for the first 2 weeks of the season. Coach Parcells goes back home to open at Foxborough next Sunday with a home opener against Arizona. 2 tough places to start off, at Miami, at Buffalo. Bledsoe stands in, makes the throw, and it skips off the turf. Looking towards Ben Coates. Curtis Martin was also flexed out. He was running a pattern.
No, that ball was poorly thrown again. That one bounced off the turf. It was in between Ben Coates. I think he was trying to get it to Coates. But as you saw, he had to throw it backing up off his back foot because there was a defensive player falling at his knees.
When he's in trouble, Bledsoe invariably goes to Coates, and that's a good place to go. The all-pro tight end. Now Bledsoe, off his back foot, throws an errant pass to David Meggett. The Bills talked yesterday about wanting to get to Bledsoe and getting him throwing off his back foot. And that's what he did there. 2 errant passes in a row.
Well, he can't blame his offensive lineman on this one. Bruce Smith neutralized by Bruce Armstrong at the left side. He's got all the time in the world to step and find who he wants. Perhaps that ball was tipped by Phil Hansen. I really couldn't tell from here, but a bad result on the play.
Russell Copeland is back now, awaiting Tom Tupa's punt. Tupa booms the ball with the wind at his back. Copeland all the way back to the 10-yard line. They set up a return right. And Copeland does well to get to the 24-yard line. So the Bills, with a 7-point lead, working into the wind in the 3rd quarter, have the ball when we come back. Jim Kelly struggling in the game. Parcells' defense has had him diagnosed. Kelly 3 of 8 throwing the ball for just 22 yards, and he's been intercepted twice. Looking to put it up on 1st down. He fires hard, makes the connection, gets it out in the flat to Quinn Early. Early out of Iowa State, veteran receiver. Is very close to a 1st down. He'll be about a yard short.
You know, the weather is settling down just a little bit. That was a very good pattern by Early. He could stop on a dime on the turf. Looks like it's draining a little bit. And a good throw by Kelly.
On 2nd and 1. The handoff is to Eric Moles. He turns the corner, dives ahead, and appears to have a Bills 1st down out to their 36-yard line. Ty Law ran him out of bounds. Number 24 for the Patriots. Their number 1 draft choice last year out of Michigan. Talked to us yesterday about the tough neighborhood he grew up in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, hometown of great players like Mike Ditka and Tony Dorsett. That football was his way out. Down to college. Here is a throw by Kelly, and the ball is knocked down.
Very good coverage by Ty Law, number 24. #1 draft choice last year. Great look at it. Right on the shoulder, driving toward the upfield shoulder, using the correct hand, the left hand, because if you miss the ball, you've got the right hand to still grab your receiver.
Here's Jim Kelly with a handoff now to Derek Holmes. Straight ahead, he's to the 42-yard line. Derek Holmes, another of those Bills draft day finds out of Portland State. Low rounder who was very productive as a rookie. Not a good blocker as big as he is, but a very good runner. He's spelling Thurman Thomas. They think that'll prolong the Thurman's career, Beasley.
Oh, it certainly will. No, Thurman runs so much and so hard.
Kelly makes the throw. Has a man wide open in Quinn Early. He has a first down across midfield. Jimmy Hitchcock finally gets him down, but it's a first down for the Bills.
Early taking on Ricky Reynolds, number 21. We get a same look, but this time Early able to drive Ricky upfield, duck underneath the shoulder. Just the opposite of the great play, the great coverage we saw by Ty Law.
Kelly pumped left deep down the middle, makes the connection down to the 28-yard line on a brilliant catch by Quinn Early. A diving reception as Early hits the turf hard but holds on for a 19-yard gain.
The difference, folks, is the fact that the rain has virtually stopped. The ball is drying out a little bit, and Jim Kelly, with his terrific ability to put the ball in the right spot, is threading the needle. That's the whole difference right here. Everything's drying up a little bit. These receivers are able to run their routes, and the quarterback can throw.
Back to Holmes, who runs the ball on first down close to the 25-yard line. Where an ex-Bill, Todd Collins, an outside linebacker, 59, makes the stop for the Patriots. Collins struggled last week against the Miami Dolphins. They had him well blocked.
Todd plays in their pass defense mostly. That's why you see him in the game there, anticipating throwing.
Kelly throws deep. Screened away from the ball. Here's a penalty marker as Ty Law running with his back to the quarterback, screening the receiver away from the ball. An illegal play and a first down for the Bills.
Now see, this is the same problem, same pass interference we saw. They're discussing this one. Maybe they'll talk about this one. Let's see here. Nope. They called it a push.
Same as they had on Jimmy Hitchcock in the first half.
This is a stop and go. You see the stop. Ty Law still in great position. He's got to take his arm off. You can't push a guy after he's passed 5 yards down the field.
Illegal contact.
That's the illegal contact.
Number 24, defense, 5 yards, first down.
Ty saw the pattern. He realized it was a stop and go, but instead of wheeling his shoulders around and trusting his speed to catch up with the receiver, he knocked him off stride.
Kelly, as he was telling us yesterday, Beasley, feels the best he has in years. He underwent shoulder surgery in Los Angeles in the offseason. Said during last season we asked him how bad his shoulder was. He said he couldn't comb his hair, brush his teeth with his right arm.
That's pretty bad. He said he learned how to do those things with his left arm.
Doctor told him he had the surgery 3 years ago. Now he's in good shape. He dumps one off, and the Patriots are there to defend it. Derek Holmes makes the catch, and Chris Slade sticks him right away for no gain. Second down.
Now, this is what Jim Kelly is known for. He will bleed the pocket to the very last second. Those linemen know they have to work because Kelly has nerves of steel. You know, most of your average quarterback knows that that pocket's about to collapse, and he'll throw it anywhere. Not Jim.
He asks him about all the times he gets hit, and he laughs. Here is Eric Moles. The end around to him. I guess they're going to keep working until they get it right, although they did have some plus yardage earlier. But the Patriots are now checking Moles a lot quicker when he comes in motion back at the quarterback.
Well, this is the 4th time they've run this reverse to Moles. And it's about done. It's about done for the game.
Willie McGinnis got him, slowed him up, and then Ricky Reynolds knocks him down.
It's done, Don.
Yep.
It's done. Put that one away.
Third down and 12. Here's a blitz. Kelly dumps it off to his tight end, Lonnie Johnson. Still running. He bounces off the tackle and gets ahead, but way short of a first down. He did advance it to the 19 to set up a field goal try by Steve Christie. So the Bills looking to build a 10-point lead for Coach Marv Levy. If Christie can hit this, he's made every kick he's tried this season. 3 field goals last week, including a game winner in overtime against the Giants. Hit another today. From Western Ontario University. He missed it. So Christie can't get it to go through, and with 8:17 to play in the third quarter, the Patriots go back on offense as the NFL on NBC continues. Passing numbers today, but his team is in the lead over New England 10-3. Now Bledsoe and the Patriots go to work, and right back to Curtis Martin. But the gaps have been narrower this half, Beasley, for Curtis Martin.
Yes, they have. I mean, once you know without question that that's the game plan, then you gamble on the pass defense and you load up on the run defense, and that's what Buffalo has done. And, at some point you're going to see the Patriots go to play action when they think they've got a big opportunity. Stick the ball in Martin's pocket, pull it back out, and sling it downfield.
Patriots need Bledsoe to get him going, though. Get back in this game, a critically important one. They could be in a deep hole after 2 weeks. Here's a good throw by Bledsoe. Hit hard as he released the ball. He makes the connection to Curtis Martin. And he's out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
Well, simple little play. Bob Cratch and company set up, provide as good a pocket as they can. It's just a 3-step block, so you can allow some people to come free because the ball should come out very quickly. Curtis Martin's doing what he can.
Dave Meggett in the backfield on third down. Patriots need 3. The 12th man kicks in. The Buffalo crowd. Here's a long ball downfield. Trying to get it to Terry Glenn. Big pressure on Bledsoe. Had him throwing off his back feet. Marlo Perry, a linebacker, blitzing on the play.
Now, see, this is another one of those plays that I really don't think Drew should just lean back with nothing behind the ball and throw this downfield. In the NFL, when you throw a ball up in the air, somebody gets under it. And Buffalo came very close to picking that ball off.
Emmanuel Martin was very close to the interception. Tom Troop on the field to punt for New England. It's a high, wobbly punt that Russell Copeland comes up on. Fair catches at his 23-yard line. So the Bills still holding to the 10-3 lead they've had since halftime. We'll go on offense in a moment. 130 pounds. Right guard for Buffalo. He's an interesting guy, Beasley.
Yes, he is. I mean,
fills the room, doesn't he?
He's a wide fellow when he steps. Very interesting guy. When he was a little guy, he was too big to play Pop Warner football because he always was above the weight limit, so he didn't get to play when he was younger. You know, he says that K-gun that they run wears the defense down and they start to really take over in the fourth quarter. We'll see.
Well, he said we wear him out by the fourth quarter as Thurman Thomas gets the ball straight ahead, but there's a penalty marker down in the Bills' backfield, and Kelly does not look happy. Dale Hamer checking with the Patriots. A holding call against the Bills, so that'll set them back with 6 minutes and 59 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Holding number 67. Offense.
Can't
10
hold.
yards.
That's about the first thing he's done wrong all season. This is one of the most underrated players in the National Football League, Kent Hull, the veteran center. He has been absolutely tremendous. He has to make all those blocking changes, call them on short notice with the K-gun.
Yeah, Jim calls the play, then Kent calls the blocking assignment along the offensive line. And the only way it changes is if Jim Kelly sees a blitz or something else where he will ultimately change the protection.
Kelly on first and long, stands in, throws the ball, makes the connection, but only to the 20 as the Patriots are back in good coverage. Quinn Early makes the catch, but Ricky Reynolds is right on him.
See, once again, Jim Kelly, he holds this ball until whoever's about to hit him is about a breath away. And as a result, he gets the completion. I'd be throwing that ball so fast.
Second and 13. Kelly this time fakes to Mold, throws up the middle. Eric Holmes gets the ball, and he's knocked down immediately, a gain of only 3 yards on the play. So that time the Patriots took a look at Moulds, but apparently knew the ball was going someplace else.
Well, they ran it 4 times, so this time they fake it, hoping that the whole defense would jump towards Moulds. And to the Patriots defense credit, they did not. They all stayed at home.
Patriot defense digging in now, looking to get the ball back. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Bills. Kelly stands in. Here comes the rush, and Kelly's not close as he tried to go to an outfitter into the rookie, Eric Moulds. So the Patriots playing strong defense. Everybody in position, and the Bills go off and send out their punter.
It was a very good series by the defense of the Patriots. Just a couple of blitzes. Very good recognition, recognizing that the Moulds fake was just that, a fake. After running 4 reverses to Moulds, they still remained at home.
Blitz Moore with a low snap. It's the punt downfield. And it comes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line of the Patriots, and there they'll go on offense 1st and 10 as the NFL on NBC continues. Defense huddling. Kent Hull is center. Tom Bresnahan, the offensive line coach of the Bills, called Hull the best center in the NFL for what he means to the overall success of the team. Here is Bledsoe, ripped, hit hard at the 39-yard line and knocked down Bruce Smith with his 2nd sack of the day.
Well, they love Bruce here. When you hear the boo, it's not boo, it's Bruce. And Bruce beats his good buddy and golf partner in the offseason, Bruce Armstrong, that time. Comes up with a real good sack.
How about little Austin Smith? What size gentleman do you think that's going to be? 2.5 years old.
Bruce Smith's son is named Austin. He came in our meeting yesterday. He looks like he could sack a quarterback.
2.5. Pop coming hard. Bledsoe gets it away. Stands in, gets Curtis Martin working hard, close to a 1st down. On 2nd down and 11, Curtis Martin gets ahead for 10 yards for the Patriots. Spielman on another tackle with linebacker Sam Rogers.
It is remarkably difficult to tackle this guy. I mean, they've got him dead to rights. There's one guy missing. There's another guy missing. And remember, Chris Spielman said that Curtis Martin is the shiftiest runner since Barry Sanders, and that is saying a mouthful.
He not only makes them miss people, he makes them miss big. Martin rockets up the middle and breaks it, and Curtis Martin with pile-driving steps takes it to the 37-yard line before Kurt Schultz brings him down. 1st down, Patriots.
Oh, this guy's good. And the offensive line is doing a super job. That's a 12-yard game, but look at the width of the hole that he had to run through. The offensive line for New England doing a good job on that play. Here's a real good look at it. It's Cratch.
Buried some game.
Cratch buried his opponent.
A big Hawkeye from Iowa, Bob Cratch. Played on 2 giant Super Bowl winners for Parcells. Here's the pass to Terry Glenn, and he makes the play at the 5-yard line, and he goes in for a touchdown. Glenn was on the ground, but the defender did not touch him. And Terry Glenn finally pays the dividend on that big investment they made in him. Over the next 6 years between Glenn and Bledsoe, the Crafts who own the Patriots will shell out $54 million, and this is what they expect. That was a 37-yard touchdown play.
Well, they say he's one of the fastest guys on the football field whenever he steps on the football field. He runs by everybody. At the last minute, he's got to take about 3 hard steps to get underneath that football. As you can see, no one touches him, so he rolls in for the touchdown.
Adam Vinatieri with the point after try, but there are also penalty markers down. The officials blowing whistles for the snap of the ball. Touchdown coming with 3:53 to play in the 3rd quarter. A 38-yard scoring play. Glenn now has 5 catches in his first game in the NFL for 57 yards. Never played in the preseason. Played in 1 scrimmage. First pass he caught was for 70 yards and a touchdown from Bledsoe.
Well, that's what the Patriots spent $12 million for. They got it. You know, they got the proof that there's something in the pudding there.
Heads up kid too. They say one of the things he has going for him, he's so smart. picks up everything right away. He's been in all the meetings since he's been hurt, so he knows the offense. Referee Dale Hamer now trying to decide what happened. We saw an extra point go through the uprights, but whistles were blowing at the time of the snap. 3 minutes and 53 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Dale Hamer says...
Zone infraction, number 78. There was no play. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. We'll have a retry.
So Bruce Smith, even though the extra point was good, was in the neutral zone, negating the play before the snap made contact. And Vinatieri will try again. He's right down the middle, and the Patriots have tied the game at 10-all with 3:53 to go in the third quarter. The Patriots kick off to Buffalo when the NFL on
Terry Glenn. This is a young man who has overcome tremendous odds. He doesn't know who his father is. His mother was found beaten to death in an abandoned building when he was 13 years old, and here he is in the NFL making plays and has survived a lot. He was a walk-on, Don, at Ohio State.
Well, Bob Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, was saying there's something about the kid that you just take to. He's had as tough a life as you can have, but there's just a quality about him that shines through. And he's waited so long. He's been so disappointed he's been unable to play. And he's played big. 5 catches, 57 yards, including a 38-yard scoring.
Fairly in favor of drafting Terry Glenn.
Bledsoe has the long-range arm, and this is a long-range receiver. Derek Holmes runs for Buffalo, and there's a penalty marker down. Devin Wyman, that rookie tackle, made the stop. Again, the Bills are called for holding, so they are dug into an offensive hole here. Your chances of converting for a first down are almost none when you go 1st and 20.
Holding.
Not that it doesn't happen, but the odds are against it.
Offense, 10 yards, first down.
Well, coach is in disagreement.
Yes, he is.
The coach doesn't agree.
Now he's got forcing Kelly to throw from his own end, deep in his own end. It's 1st and 20. He does go to the run on this first down play. Derek Holmes turns the corner, and he's submarine on a cut tackle. Willie Clay and Ricky Reynolds came up to make the stop. Patriots led early, 3-0. Bills tied it, then went out in front 10-3. That's how it was at the half. On a 4-yard Thurman Thomas touchdown run. And the Patriots, on a 38-yard scoring play from Bledsoe to rookie Terry Glenn, have tied the game in the third quarter. Kelly files it out to his tight end. Lonnie Johnson runs and is knocked out of bounds, well short of a first down. It brings up 3rd down and about 8. Ty Law was there to defend him. Kelly likes his wide receiver core. They're all young but good pass catchers, and Johnson from Florida State, Tony Klein from Stanford, and free agent Robert Coons.
So one of the things that's hurt this team today is the fact that Andre Reed had to leave the game with the pull muscle. And he's the best of the group, along with Quinn Early, the other veteran.
Kelly stands in big trouble. Kelly somehow finds a way out. And now they're going to really was in the grass. Back at the 10-yard line, the Patriots are credited with the sack. And the Bills will have to punt it from their end zone.
Well, you can't have it both ways. The fans are booing and Jim Kelly's upset. And they put in all these rules to protect the quarterback. When you're in the grass, it's over. See, I know nobody grabbed him, but I'm just telling you, they do all kinds of things to protect the quarterback.
Nobody could touch him.
Nobody touched him.
Not a good call.
They are so quick to protect the quarterback. Rather than have him hit defenseless stumbling around, they called him dead. And you can't have it both ways. Either you get the protection or you line up and play.
A good punt by Moore. A high punt that Meggett takes at the 50. Weaving up the middle. He's inside the Bills' 40 and down to the 38-yard line. Watch Kelly again now as he scrambles. The ruling was it was a Patriot sack, that he was in the grass, but he was never touched.
Well, let's take a good look at it here. No touch. No one's touched him. Still untouched. Still untouched. That's a bad call. But still, I stand by my statement. They've made every rule in the world to protect the quarterback. When Kelly was disoriented, spinning around back there on the ground, getting up, they called him dead to protect him. Now, no coach is mad, but you can't have it both ways.
Number one job of the referee, the lead official, is to protect the quarterback in the National Football League. That's his number one assignment. Bledsoe throws, and his out pattern to big tight end Ben Coates is off target.
To finish that thing about the quarterbacks, Don, 2 years ago, 7 quarterbacks started and played in every play, every snap for their team. Last year, with some additional rule changes, 13 of them played every play and started throughout the game. That's what the league is trying to do, is protect the quarterbacks, and you can't have it both ways.
80,000 really kicking up the decibel level here. Bledsoe, the rush is on. He releases it long, and he was looking at the ever-dangerous rookie, Gary Glenn. Then he went the other way to another first-year player, Dietrich Gels, who they picked up on waivers.
Well, you're looking at a rookie run the route here, and it's hard to figure out exactly what that route. It's either a very bad pass or a bad route by Dietrich Gels. At any rate, it was not good coordination for the Patriots offense.
Bledsoe on the Patriots trying to call signals. They need 10 on third down. Here's the rush. Bledsoe throws it, slapped back at him. Vinatieri, who can kick it a long way, but he'll have the wind at his back, but they're not sending him out right now. They're sending the punter Tom Tupa out to pooch punt, try to land it inside the 10 if he can. Russell Copeland goes back to the 10-yard line for the Bills. Look at 77. That's Jeffcoat. Gets the hand up at just allowed. He didn't have to reach it real. He didn't have to stretch his hand up very high. Tupa hits the ball high. The wind catches it. It'll take it into the end zone. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line with 1 minute and 44 seconds to play in the third quarter. Kelly and his K-gun will go back to work. Next Saturday, Notre Dame football returns to NBC as the Irish play their longtime rival Purdue at 2:30 Eastern Time. Ron Paulus and the Fighting Irish welcome the Boilermakers of Purdue onto campus. That's next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern as the Fighting Irish host Purdue on NBC, presented by Chevy Trucks.
Don, the New England Patriots blew a major opportunity. You can't get the ball 40 yards from the goal line and come away with nothing.
Now Kelly rolls out again, stands in, locks the ball downfield, and was it caught by Tony Klein? They're going to rule if he did not catch it, it skipped off his hands. The ex-Bill Monty Brown defending. So the Buffalo offense stalling here in the third quarter. The Patriots rallying to tie this game 10-all. Kelly stands up, changes the play as the Patriots pack people into the defensive line. He takes a look, checks it out, downfield, he makes the connection. Ball is caught out to the 34-yard line by Russell Copeland. He has the first down for Buffalo. The coverage was a double zone, and a double zone traditionally leaves a little hole in the middle of the football field. Jim Kelly holds on, but he gets really clocked at the end. Matter of fact, there was a hand to the head there. That's very dangerous. But this coverage, you see how the corner brought him in a little bit and then let him alone. There's a hole right in the middle of cover 2. Buffalo found it. Derek Holmes, a bigger back than 200-pound Thurman Thomas, is called out again to run the ball for Buffalo, and he gets it close to the 39-yard line. First down carry. It brings up second down and 5. Holmes alone set back. Bills working with an interesting formation. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and 1 runner. Derek Holmes again. Straight at the Patriots. He is to the 42-yard line. About 2 yards short of a first down. Third down comes up.
You know, this K-gun offense where they do not go into a huddle. They're huddling here, but the last couple of plays they did not. And it really gives the Buffalo Bills offense an advantage. The coach from the sideline is talking by the airways into a microphone of the quarterback, but the defense doesn't have the opportunity to meet and discuss what they're going to do.
We'll be back after these messages from your local station. This is the NFL on NBC. Fall through 3 quarters of play. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese. 80,000. The Bills selling out again. As after winning against the Giants in the Meadowlands last Sunday night, they come back to play a team that's beaten them 3 straight. It's a 10-10 game. Kelly has thrown the ball 21 times, completed 11, 101 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Hand off to Derek Holmes, and he cracks the Patriot defense. First down Buffalo to the 47-yard line. On 3rd and 1, he got 4. Bledsoe's not been intercepted. He's completed 12 of 26 for 119 yards, and the 1 touchdown that tied the game to Terry Glenn. Pittsburgh rallying back after that loss last week at Jacksonville. Thurman Thomas tries to go wide left, and Chris Slade comes up and gets him for no gain. Slade, a very good outside linebacker from the University of Virginia, rated by some the College Defensive Player of the Year. He got an award for that at a big March of Dimes dinner in Detroit. See Thurman Thomas pretty much in check.
Yeah, 22 yards after 15 pops for Thurman is not a normal work day.
Well done by Kelly and the Bills as Kelly swings it out to his tight end, Lonnie Johnson. Patriots continue to pressure Kelly. This time he stands in and delivers the goods. And there's a gain on the play of 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
8-yard gain, 3rd and 1.
A slim down Coach Parcells. He's dropped about 30 over the summer.
There's less of him.
But as Bob Kraft said, he's changed it all since he was with the Giants. He says, you don't change the stripes on a tiger. Straight ahead give, and Terry Ray runs the ball to the 43, or excuse me, Derek Holmes runs into Terry Ray at the 43-yard line. And we'll see if the Bills get a first down. It looks like they do. There's Terry Ray, the safety from Oklahoma, who's a big hitter. But the Bills thought he could be targeted perhaps on deep balls. The only deep play the Bills have had was the pass interference call on Hitchcock early in the game. Derek Holmes now working in the second half for Thurman Thomas. We've got no word that Thomas is shaken up, but against this tough Patriot defense, Beasley, they're probably just going with more firepower and a bigger back.
Terry Ray is really doing a good job here today. That time he was lined up about 15 yards downfield, came jogging forward, and was standing in the hole to tackle the runner. He did a lot of plays like that.
Kelly looks, lets it go long. Russell Copeland's on the run. He can't get to the ball. Ty Law's with him stride for stride. And Russell Copeland looking for a flag, but the official said Ty Law was right with him on a clean cover.
I tell you, these defensive backs are making me nervous on both sides of the ball. At the end of this play, you see Terry Ray never looks back. I mean, Ty Law never looks back, still doesn't look back, even though right now Copeland is telling him the ball is coming.
And that brings up 3rd down and 7 for Kelly and the Bills as Kelly goes into the shotgun with 3 wide receivers. Kelly now, he's going to call a timeout. He saw Willie Clay, the free safety, big play Clay, lining up to come on a safety blitz, and there was nobody on that side to block. So he does the right thing and calls timeout. Elvis, of course, the Patriot logo on their helmet has been defined as the Flying Elvis. And that we know is not the real Elvis. How do you know? It's a bad-looking replica. You got glue on sideburns. Beasley, it's not the real thing.
It's not the real thing.
Kelly takes a look. Out pattern. What a play. This kid's player, what? Quinn Early shielded. I mean, Ricky Reynolds couldn't have been on it more. 10-yard gain on 3rd down. He gets a first down.
Boy, as you said, Ricky Reynolds' position is perfect.
But a marker down, Beasley.
Sometimes you have to say great throw and catch. Jim Kelly put it right on the money. Early shielded his body away. That's great throw, great catch.
Offense, 10 yards, 3rd down.
There's Jerry Ostrowski. We just got through talking about Jerry, and then he goes and grabs somebody. It's a wide man. You can tell by looking at the space between that 6 and that 0.
330. But he was a great part of the fabric of Western New York is the Polish-American community. So when he came here, he went to a band in. All these older men coming up to him talking Polish to him. He said he just threw a couple of Nestrovias. That was the best he could do. He's glad to meet them all. As Kelly now pumps the ball off. I mean, that's really dangerous. That could be construed as a fumble.
Yeah, that was a strange. And Bill Parcells is saying, hey, watch the end of this play. Jones comes in.
And that's behind him. He threw that backward.
Yeah, that's almost could be judged as a fumble.
But the penalty call, the holding penalty on Ostrowski, turns critical in this drive. Negated the first down throw to Quinn Early. And the Bills are stopped. And now the Patriots will get it back. And there is David Meggett. In this tie game in the 4th quarter, 11:45 to play. And it's standing back at his 10-yard line. Moore hits a booming punt. Meggett lets it hop, and it goes down, and it is going to be downed. Look at this. That is special teams play at its very best. As Marlon Kerner, a former Ohio State Buckeye, was down to cover an excellent punt by Moore. So the Bills special teams stand tall.
Well, David had time to handle that ball.
We check now the scores of some other games. Kansas City up on the Raiders at Arrowhead Stadium. Pittsburgh rallying back after a loss last week. Indianapolis continues to lead the Jets by 7.
Deshaun Johnson scored his first touchdown for the Jets.
Houston winning at Jacksonville. Well, you watch Houston. There's a team loaded with good young players. Buffalo fans are loud as it gets. Somehow, Curtis Martin weaves his way out to the 7-yard line. A gain of 3 tough yards before Phil Hansen brought him down.
Martin's movements are so subtle. I don't see how they're missing the guy. It's like he disappears for a second and reappears.
He had 15 carries in the first quarter, Curtis Martin. Now has 25 for the game.
25 for 87 yards. This will be another 100-yard day for him.
The turnover possibility vastly increases back into your own end with this kind of pressure and this kind of crowd noise. They go back to Curtis Martin, and the Bills are reading him and knocking him down. Bruce Smith sheds his block. Makes the first hit, and Maddox finishes him off. And the game clock continues to wind down. A lot of time left. 10:40 to play.
Well, Bruce is just sliding down the line. You see him coming from the back, and he's there when Curtis Martin tries to cut everything back.
As loud as you'll ever hear it. Louder than a dome. Bledsoe throws. He comes in just short. There's a penalty marker down way back upfield. No, it's picked up. I don't know if it's picked up. It's thrown in front of the Bills bench. The yellow flag right by Marv Levy's feet. But I don't... Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bills. So the play would stop, but the unsportsmanlike conduct result in a first down.
Well, we'll have to get an explanation of this one.
Unsportsmanlike conduct in the Buffalo bench. 15 yards.
Wow.
First down.
You won't see that again for the whole season.
Somebody said something really bad.
He's going to get another one.
Now, I don't know if that was on the coach Mark leaving.
Well, he's certainly a possible candidate. He's really been heated up for some of these calls.
Well, you have to say something so bad. I can't figure out what you can say to a man.
Got to be a magic word.
It's got to be unbelievable. It's got to be like a sailor talking. Nothing against our men in the Navy. Just unsportsmanlike conduct against the bench. I don't know what they did or what they said. But they had to say it together as a group.
Guy's talking right back. I mean,
False start.
everything Marv's got, he's got
Number 61.
something back for him.
Offense.
That's the side judge, Tommy Moore. Maybe they were crowding the sideline. They weren't giving room on the sideline for the receiver. That could have been what it was.
Maybe so.
First down and 15. Bledsoe to Curtis Martin. Touchdown at the 20. Bruce Smith on another tackle. Also on the stop, 55 Maddox and 59 Rogers.
There's Bruce, number 78, right side of your screen. He's blocked initially, but the thing about Bruce is he neutralizes the man in front of him and just hangs right there in that gap until the play comes to him.
Bledsoe with a deep drop. Here comes the rush. Pope got him. And the ball is almost picked off. He was looking at Dietrich Gels, and Thomas Smith, one of the corners, 28, had his hands on the ball. A tremendous rush, though, by Bryce Popp.
Popp with a great push. Look from the other side. I mean, oh, my goodness. Look at Bruce. Airborne.
Smith was a tremendous high school basketball player in Virginia, Bruce Smith. Maybe the top player in the state his senior year. He can get up in the air.
Yeah, he can get up.
And a bill is shaken up. Only briefly, Ted Washington, the 325-pound nose tackle. He was a doubtful starter earlier in the week with an ankle sprain, but rallied back and has been in there virtually every down. I can fill some room.
Ooh, boy, look at the size of that man.
A major collision between teammates on his last pass rush.
Well, Bruce Smith, Bryce Popp, a meeting at the quarterback.
Now it's 3rd and 13. Bledsoe. There's no way they can hear his call, his teammates. Another big rush. Bledsoe running for back, and he just fires the ball towards Bob Kraft, who's an eligible receiver. Now the Bills defense stands tall, and they'll force the Patriots to punt from deep in their own end into the win in this tie game.
Well, the 12th man, the fans here, that's what they call themselves, really help out. Blitz coming from everywhere. That's Ken Irvin, number 27, who was coming off the corner. And Drew wisely just gets rid of that ball.
Tom Tupa back at his 5, stands in, gets a long punt into the wind. Beautifully done by Tupa. Copeland all the way back to his 28, but he's got room to return it. And Copeland protecting the ball is out to the 39-yard line. So with 9:16 to play in this tie game, the Bills will have it as the NFL on NBC continues. Big man doing the Macarena as the rain now comes down hard. Kansas City extending its lead to 14-0 over the Oakland Raiders. The Steelers continue to lead Baltimore 31-17. Washington up on the Bears after trailing early. The Colts continue to lead the Jets. And here in Western New York, Orchard Park, the Bills and the Patriots are tied at 10-10. Kelly on first down. Lost it downfield right into the hands of a waiting receiver, Willie Clay, the free safety for the Patriots. So Kelly really served one up, and Willie Clay jumps on it. Kelly's 3rd interception of this game.
And Don, I really believe that both of Kelly's interceptions are a result of the weather. When the ball is wet, you get the high ball. It comes out of your hand at the wrong trajectory, and Clay is right there in position to make the interception. He's in an underneath zone. He's got the flat, starts out, comes back in to get underneath the football. That's a good play.
And the knockdown is made at the 33-yard line, and that's where the Patriots go first and 10. To the run. Big Sam Gash, a 235-pound fullback from Penn State, moves the pile some. Gets 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Houston continues to lead at Jacksonville by 11 points.
Houston's going to be a good football team. They're solid everywhere, especially on defense.
Atlanta leading at home against the Vikings.
Atlanta was 7-1 at home in the Dome last year.
Detroit continues to lead Tampa Bay, and Carolina holding to a 2-point lead at New Orleans. Bledsoe looking deep. He gets some time. Fires, but he comes in low. It'll be 3rd down and 7 from the Bills' 30-yard line. He was looking at Terry Glenn. Incomplete pass, stopping the clock with 8:28 to play in the game. Bills and Patriots will meet again at Foxborough on October 27th. Tremendous sellout crowd of 80,000 kicks in again on 3rd down. Bledsoe needing 7. Stands in, delivers the ball. It is incomplete at the 19-yard line. The hit by Ken Irvin almost early on Terry Glenn, who's really been, in his first game, become a major target for Bledsoe.
Well, Drew Bledsoe thought that this was interference at the end of this play.
Look, it could have been.
But look at Glenn reaching out to see that once again, this is the wet ball, and the rain plays a factor in that miss, as I think it played a factor in Jim Kelly's interception before. Bledsoe thought that was interference.
The 38-yard attempt, 48-yard attempt. Vinatieri drills the ball, and he knocks it off the upright again. Twice in one day he's hit the upright. But for a couple of inches, the Patriots would have the lead.
Here's a look at Adam Vinatieri, the rookie kicker out of South Dakota State, and he bangs his second field goal attempt off of the bar.
Now the Bills, with time becoming a factor in regulation, still a lot left, but they're looking to run some clock down and run the ball. The big guy, Derek Holmes, continues to run in the second half for Thurman Thomas, who played the first half. Ourselves with his defense under his coordinators, Rowe and Belichick, have been playing the run tough for the most part. The bigger back has been working them a little bit harder in the second half. Willie McGinnis comes up to make the stop. Parcells himself was a very good college linebacker at Wichita State. All-conference linebacker, spent some time with the Lions.
Well, he's going to be upset about what you see right there. They have not taken advantage of turnovers. 3 interceptions, fumble, couple of missed field goals was the result.
Big down now. 3rd down is UC2. They go to the run. Here's Derek Holmes, head down. He crashes ahead and gets to the midfield line. He needed 2. He got 4. And the Bills drive on with 7:15 to play in a tie game with the clock running.
There's another real good look at it. You see the lineman pulling outside. That's solid running. Very solid running. And he knows he's got the first down.
And the bigger back has produced better yardage in the second half.
Yeah, he's carried it 11 times for 39 yards. So he's starting to crank it up.
Right back to Holmes. Patriots hunting the ball. They'll be looking to knock it free. A gain of maybe 2 yards on the play. As the Bills, working with some wind at the back here in the 4th quarter, also have a long-range kicker who has missed a short one today in Steve Christie. The wind is gusting. The flag not out now, but it can get up real intense. And later in the day, it continues to blow harder. The wind sweeping down from Canada. Patriots with a loss in danger of falling 2 games behind 3 teams in their division. Here's a free ball in the air and almost a 4th interception of Kelly. He tried to finesse the ball over the middle, and the Patriots slapped it back. Kansas City now extending to a 17-0 lead over the Raiders. 6:16 left to play in this game. You talked about Houston, Beasley. Boy, they are loaded with good young players.
Yes.
They're going to explode on the league.
Kansas City might be the most balanced team in the league. Good everywhere.
There's no weak spots. Downfield throw. Here's a penalty marker down at the line of scrimmage. Would be a holding call against the Bills. And that's what it is. So the Bills find themselves in deep trouble. On a 3rd and 8 play, they're called for holding. We said early on, it looked like overtime in the first quarter. This is the way these guys are going to knock each other around and play it close. Looking
Number
more
68.
like that.
Offense, 10 yards, 3rd down.
That's on Corbin Lucina playing in place of the injured Reuben Brown. Called for the holding there.
Now, Beasley, you got a real tough play call here.
3rd and 18.
3rd, and you need 18.
There's not a lot of plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18. Usually somebody defensively has to make a mistake.
Patriots have been getting a lot of pressure from their front 4, and they have 7 back in pass coverage. But Kelly never knows when the blitz is coming. The Bills didn't get the playoff in time, so it's going to be 3rd down and 23.
You can see the urgency in Jim's face as he was trying to yell to snap it now to Ken Hall.
Play game. Offense, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Ball moved back to the 36-yard line. This keeps up. They might punt on 3rd down. Kelly will be throwing a deep ball. He's got Eric Moulds at the top of your screen. He's the fastest receiver, the rookie. Kelly throws over the middle. He gets his man wide open, and on the run is Quinn Early. He could go the distance. Quinn Early's going to break it and go in for the go-ahead touchdown. .64 yards. Same pattern they beat the Giants with, or tie the game with the pass to Andre Reed last week.
The exact same pattern and the same result. This time it's against Ricky Reynolds, number 21, lined up one-on-one. Just a quick 3-step drop. You got to run towards the upfield shoulder to give yourself a chance to bring down the man. And Early is too fast. You can't give him that running start.
Christie drills the extra point. Still a lot of time left for the Patriots to come back, but the Bills on a big play on 3rd and 23 take the lead as the NFL on NBC continues. 7 catches for 129 yards. The last for 63 yards and the go-ahead touchdown.
Well, they brought him in here to do just that, and he's earning his money.
One hopper by Christie is fielded by Troy Brown, and he takes it back to the 21-yard line. And we'd like to welcome those of you who've been watching the Colts and the Jets game. This is Don Crickey along with Beasley Reese. Our score here in Orchard Park, New York. The Bills 17, the Patriots 10, as the Bills have just scored on a 63-yard touchdown play.
Well, it's a 3-step drop. Jim Kelly to Quinn Early, and he's gone.
Early's 7th catch of the day. He's got 129 receiving yards. That came on a 3rd and 23 play. The crowd noise has been enormous. Here is a swing pass in the flat. And Curtis Martin, who ran so well in the first half, but has been pretty much shut down in the second half, receives the ball on the throw by Drew Bledsoe and is knocked down by the NFL Defensive Player of the Year from a season ago, Bryce Kopp. It's been a battle, been a lot of turnovers. Kelly's been picked off 3 times for Buffalo. This is a man with a lot of confidence and a short memory. He puts mistakes behind him. And he just hit the big play to Quinn Early. Bledsoe goes back to the run to Curtis Martin. And he's hit by just about everybody in a blue uniform.
Well, this next play will put a lot of pressure on Drew Bledsoe. The Buffalo Bills are sending in their dime defense. The big guys are trotting off the field in anticipation of a pass from Drew Bledsoe. We'll see what he decides to do. Dave Meggett's in the backfield.
Meggett, a receiving specialist. This is third down, and the Patriots need 7. A throw and a catch and a first down to the All-Pro as Ben coaches across the 35-yard line to the 36, and the Patriots drive stays alive. The reason we welcome the Indianapolis Jets game audience is because of bad weather in the Meadowlands of New Jersey. That game temporarily suspended. They'll go back to play when the weather clears. This has been a tremendous game. Knockout hitting. The Patriots coming in with 3 straight wins over the Bills. Bledsoe's hit hard as Bruce Smith, who has 2 sacks and numerous pressures, pops Drew Bledsoe just as he releases the ball.
Once again, he's working against his off-season golf buddy, Bruce Armstrong. And today, I've got to give the edge to Bruce Smith. He's gone around Bruce Armstrong several times in key situations. He does it again there.
Temperature in the 60s. We've had wind and rain all day, and Bruce Smith has been magnificent for the Bills. Bledsoe, 14 for 33 for 138 yards. A throw and a catch by Ben Coates, and he's out across the 40 to the 43. The 1 touchdown throw by Bledsoe was to the rookie Terry Glenn, the Patriots' top draft choice, a 38-yard play. Glenn has caught 5 passes today.
New England has beaten Buffalo the last 3 meetings. And a lot of people told us that the reason that they think New England has been successful, or one of the reasons, is that Bruce Armstrong has been able to nullify the game-breaking play of Bruce Smith. Well, today, Bruce Smith has been making some plays. We'll see how it turns out.
Smith won the game last Sunday against the Giants with a sack and a forced fumble in overtime that set up the winning field goal. Bledsoe, 3rd and 2, takes a look. On the run, here comes the rush. Bledsoe fires. And it's incomplete at the 45 as Bledsoe's quick to leave the pocket. The Bills pass rush flushing him out.
Well, I believe that with 3 minutes and 13 seconds left, 4th down, New England has got to consider. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it. This is clearly a 4th down situation and the biggest play of the game.
Earlier in this game, the Patriots, on a very makeable field goal try late in the 2nd quarter, elected to have the holder, Tom Tupa, who's a quarterback also, throw the ball. It was incomplete, and they got no points. And twice the Patriots place kicker Vinatieri has hit the upright for field goals that were no good. Field goal tries. Bledsoe stands in, lets it go downfield. It comes in on the 1-hop. Here's a penalty marker. It'll be a Patriot first down, as Ken Irvin was defending Terry Glenn. So the Patriot drive stays alive at the Bills' 42.
Well, let's see what happens at the end of this play. It's a half-hearted play fake, run fake.
That's a first down.
Really can't see what happened there, but the play does call for a first down as a result of the penalty.
Irvin's made some big plays. He recovered a fumbled kickoff by Dave Meggett in the first half.
So the pass interference gives him a first down.
Bledsoe, deep drop. Here comes the rush. He fires over the middle. It would have been picked, but the man going for the ball, Kurt Schultz, the Bills' free safety, ran into one of his own guys. He'd have been running back, maybe still.
Boy, this is not a good throw. Maddox is in good position. Schultz is breaking in good position. These guys, it was such a bad decision to throw the ball that the 2 defenders ran into each other trying to catch the ball.
This can happen.
This can happen.
The weather projections in the Meadowlands of New Jersey are that the game should resume in about 15 minutes. The Colts and the Jets. Right now, the Patriots have the ball, trailing by 7. 3:02 left to play. Bills lead at 17-10. Bledsoe fires. And again, he is off target. Again, he's looking at the rookie number 1 draft choice who's playing his first game for New England, Terry Glenn. Bill Parcells, we asked him why the Patriots have been so successful against the Bills the last 3 times, 3 straight wins. Said really it comes down to we've played well on offense and defense. We've just had good games. But Bledsoe probably said it better. He said some of our better people neutralized some of their better people, like Armstrong against Smith.
That's right.
He said they couldn't cover Coates.
Drew Bledsoe's got to put a ball on target here. The last few throws have been very questionable.
The Bills wanted to get Bledsoe throwing off his back foot, and he's done some of that. Now they go to a draw to Dave Meggett. And on 3rd and 10, looking to catch Buffalo in an all-out pass rush. Meggett gets ahead for some yards, but far less than he needed. And now 4th down arises with 2:44 left to play and the clock ticking down.
Well, 4th and 6 is a very interesting down. 3rd and 6, 4th and 6. There are a lot of plays you can call. So the defense is under real pressure here. You don't know what they're going to do.
You got to throw it. Here comes a blitz. And down goes Drew Bledsoe, the great Bruce Smith, with his 3rd sack of the day. You can't count how many other good things he's done, though. Play one of the greatest games I've seen a defensive lineman play.
Well, here's the matchup again at the critical point of the game. Armstrong, Smith, and Bruce Armstrong literally backs up until Bruce is able to jump on his back. Here's another look at it. That was too easy. That was too easy and a critical down. Bruce Armstrong has got to come up and challenge the guy, stop him, and give the quarterback time. Great play by Bruce Smith.
About as critical a down as they get as the ball turns over, but still 2:20 remains to be played. Patriots with their timeouts, and they'll also get one of the 2-minute warning. But they have to get a defensive stop as the Bills go back to the run. And the young power runner, Derek Holmes, takes it at New England and gets the ball to the 45. And that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning. Now the Patriots are going to use a timeout before that, then get another of the 2-minute warning. The NFL on NBC goes to week 3 next Sunday as NBC Sports presents more exciting action at the special time of 12 noon Eastern time with the NFL on NBC. Most of you will see Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins take on Neil O'Donnell and the Jets. Then in the second half of our doubleheader, most of you will see Troy Aikman, the king of the Cowboys, and the Super Bowl champion team from Dallas battle Jim Harbaugh and the Indianapolis Colts. Check your local listings for the games in your area. That is the NFL on NBC next Sunday starting at 12 noon Eastern time. Don Criqui with Beasley Reese at Orchard Park, New York. 80,000 lending their support to the Bills in their home opener. Bruce Smith, who keyed the win over the Giants in overtime with a sack that forced the fumble that led to the winning field goal, has been even better today. Derek Holmes runs the ball on 2nd and long, and the Patriots shut it down.
Well, that should take us down to the 2-minute drill.
Now as the 2-minute warning is given, there's a break in the action with the Bills by 7. Overcast skies. There's been heavy wind and rain for most of the day here in western New York. Rain has stopped. Wind has lessened. Game was played for the most part in very difficult playing conditions. And Jim Kelly had a difficult day. 3 interceptions. It's 14 of 27 so far, but when it was on the line on a 3rd and 23 play, he hit Quinn early on a slant for a 63-yard touchdown play. Now Derek Holmes runs the ball and crosses midfield and gets down close to the Patriots 47, about a yard short of a first down. Raiders are on the board, but not with much, as Kansas City looks to go 2-0 and drop the Raiders to 0-2. Bill Cowher has a great way of rallying his Pittsburgh Steelers after a poor performance last week. They rally back today. Washington, after the Bears beat the Cowboys in their opener, Washington leading. The Colts playing good football this season, looking to go 2-0. That's the game that has been suspended. Many of you are watching that, and we'll be getting back to you back to that game very shortly as the weather's clearing in the Meadowlands. The Bills now set up to punt on 4th down. A big rush by the Patriots. Chris Moore hits a high punt. Dave Meggett comes up on it. And the ball caroms into the end zone for a touchback. And it'll come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where Bledsoe and the Patriot offense has the long field to go. In a sense, 1st and 80 with 1:41 left to play. They've got to get in the end zone.
Well, this is all the 2-minute drill that every team trains for from the first day of training camp. you can expect the defense of Buffalo to be soft until the offense of New England, if they can do so, gets to about the 50-yard line. They'll play zones and be very careful at first, so it should be easy completions early on.
Here comes the rush, and Bledsoe is swept under again. Bruce Smith and Phil Hansen, the defensive ends, converge on him. Hansen got the first shot, number 90.
Well, Smith and Hansen are just padding the stats now. 4th team sack.
Well, Bledsoe really up against it now as the Patriots digging in on offense, looking to throw the deep ball. Here's Bledsoe, an out pattern. Well done as he gets the ball out in the flat to Hassan Graham. He's out to the 27-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
That's the kind of patterns you'll see, out routes and fake go routes that end up in comeback routes where the receivers can catch it and step out of bounds, or if everything's covered downfield, look for shots to the back so that back can run out of bounds and stop the clock.
Even the Buffalo coach, Marv Levy, said we can sense from reading the out-of-town clips that Bledsoe is really under tremendous media scrutiny. It's been difficult on him for a young quarterback. Even Kelly from a distance tried to give him some encouragement this week. But Bill Parcells told us, as he's told Bledsoe, part of being a great player is to withstand the pressures that come from being a frontline quarterback.
Terry Glenn, right at the end of this, you see him look quickly to his right because he knew he was about to get hit. Setting up his move before the catch. That's a rookie mistake.
This is 4th down. And the Patriots need 6. The game's on the line here for New England. A dump off to Meggett. He sprints ahead. He has the first down out to the 32-yard line. The clock ticking down to 1:10 to play. Bledsoe calmly aligning his team without a huddle. 4 wide receivers in the game. He's going to have to release quickly because the rush is coming. He dumps it off over the middle, and the ball is caught by Meggett. Running in the open field. The veteran who was with the Giants in a Super Bowl year dances out of bounds with a first down and stops the clock.
Very good use of the clock by the New England Patriots offense here. They're able to step out of bounds on 3 of the plays. One play was incomplete when it was dropped. But this is very good use of the clock. Clock stops right there. And when they do go for the end zone, if they have to go from out here, look for a double cut. Out and go, stop and go.
4-man rush by the Bills. Bledsoe stands in, hits an underneath man, and running hard and getting open is Will Moore. And he's out of bounds with another first down as the Patriots have advanced into the Buffalo end of the field. Down to the Bills 43 with 49 seconds left.
Don, I think the Buffalo coaches will give them one more free shot, one more zone type of defense, and then they'll start to maybe take a shot at a blitz or go to man for man.
Watch Terry Glenn at the bottom of your screen. That's who they're going to be looking at soon. Here's Bledsoe looking at him. He's covered. He goes over the middle to Meggett. And Dave Meggett is down to the 37-yard line. Marlo Perry got him, and the Patriots take a timeout.
One key here, Bruce Smith took the last play off to get a blow because these plays are going so rapidly. And that's critical because when that man's on the field, bad things happen to offenses.
So Bruce Smith, who is a magnificently conditioned athlete, they say you can get tired watching him work out. He's ready to go back out.
They say he can break a stair machine.
He just wears him out. And he's worn out the Patriots blockers. When we resume, it will be 2nd down, and the Patriots will need 3 yards for the first down, but more importantly for the New England Patriots is a touchdown that's needed as they're down to the Bills 17-10. Parcells' team with 2 missed field goals that hit uprights today, and also failing to go for a field goal and trying a 4th down pass play that was incomplete. Here is a throw and a catch, and with the ball is Terry Glenn. And he is down to the 18-yard line with 30 seconds left to play.
That is a good play by Drew Bledsoe. Bought himself some time by stepping way up into the pocket, almost too far.
Bledsoe Stands in, lost the ball to the end zone. He faked like he was going to down the ball. And there's a penalty marker down. It's going to be first and goal.
What a great call by the Patriots offensive coaches. They fake the stop the clock pass to the ground. Buffalo's defense relaxes. They come up and throw it at the end zone so there's a defensive back just standing there in the way and a potential penalty.
Pass interference. Number 46. Defense at the first down.
That's a sucker play. That's a sucker play, and it works. That's right after Bledsoe. Now, see, you cannot cut the
receivers
guy. No,
him down.
You cannot. Look, I'm an old defensive back. I'm always for the defensive back, but you cannot cut the guy's path off. There was the fake. Bledsoe throws it up. You cannot stand in the path.
Okay, there you have
it. The receiver's opportunity to make a good call. Good call.
There you have it. And it's first and goal for the Patriots with 16 seconds left. They need a touchdown. Field goal doesn't help. Bledsoe pumps, looks, and finally throws it away with 8 seconds to go. Man, is this a game?
It has come to this. Good play by Bledsoe there.
Yeah, wise play, but now you're starting to run out of time for, even though you have 3 downs left. You got to trigger it fast. You know he's going to look at Ben Coates.
Well, I was about to say there'll be 3 linebackers on Ben Coates and a couple of Buffalo Bills fans coming.
That's it. That's where it's heading. 8 seconds to play. Dave Meggett's in the backfield now. Would they ever dare run a draw? It would be the last play if they did. Bledsoe looks. He throws it too high and incomplete. And there are 4 seconds left. And possibly time for just 1 more play.
That's another very good decision by Bledsoe. Obviously well coached in this situation. That thrown away ball is the only thing that could stop the clock soon enough to give them another play. You know, I like these games that come down to that final tick.
Oh, man.
Something about it, huh?
Well, it's 3rd down. They have another down, but you can't run 2 plays in 4 seconds. This is Houdini. A draw play to Meggett, and he stopped, and the Bills win the game. The Patriots gamble if Dave Meggett could find his way into the end zone. He could not. Phil Hansen makes the game-winning tackle. And the Bills hold on to beat the Patriots 17-10 and end the 3-game win streak of Bill Parcells and his Patriots. And a great sportsman, Parcells, disappointed as he is, comes out to shake the hand of Marv Levy. This is what this league's all about, games like this. Great football.
Well, you know, you understand the call. It's not a bad call. Sometimes you'll catch them napping. Just a good job by the Buffalo defense. Look at all the guys hold their gaps. Bruce Smith holding his gap, falling to the inside. Phil Hansen holding his gap, falling to the inside, closing down the hole. Schultz, the safety, coming up, taking on the lead blocker to close down that angle. Good job.
So for Bill Parcells and his Patriots, 1 last chance. 4 seconds left. He's won a lot of big ones, and he's also known the disappointment of endings like this. And the Patriots, down close in the closing seconds, can't take it in. And the Bills win the game 17-10. Now for Beasley Race, this is Don Criqui saying so long from Orchard Park. We'll be joining Greg Gumbel.